morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Your Enthusiasm podcast, your weekly podcast about all your favorite sports topics and events. You know me, I am your humble host, Bryce Benjamin, along with a guy, my co-host, who just so happens to get free water bottles from Walmart, Ed Jesse. Ed, what's going on, my dude?
Hey, man, if a picture pops up because of that, I'm going to be highly upset.
And we got a special guest in the house tonight, man. The creator, the host of the 2 Point Conversation, and as well as other podcasts he's got going on, my man, the podfather himself, Matt Johnson.
Hey, yeah, a million other podcasts. I do way too many, and they just keep popping up. Thanks for having me, guys. This is awesome.
I gotta say, it's definitely a pleasure and an honor to have you on the show, man. I know that when I was on your podcast, I mentioned that you was one of the reasons why I was able to get this going. Gave me the idea, gave me the encouragement, I should say. So I'm glad to finally have you on the show,
dude. And I said it on mine. Like, I'm glad you're doing it because podcasting's in a boom period right now. And it's really cool. And people, listeners, if they don't necessarily want to, host a podcast, they identify with somebody who shares their same viewpoints. And you know what I mean? It's easy to find somebody to listen to regularly that you can be attracted to their opinions and stuff and listening. And it's good. I'm really glad you guys are doing it. And I appreciate, it's really cool that you said I was, part of the reason why you did it. It's the ultimate sign of respect.
Yeah, man, definitely.
So I've only been doing this since June, and I've gone headfirst into it. I love it. I think about it. It consumes my thoughts every day at work. I'm I don't care. What am I going to talk about on the podcast tonight?
Exactly.
Fuck my job.
Pretty much. I mean, it pays the bills. It pays the bills very well, but I'm just I can't see myself doing this. How can I start making money out of podcasting?
Right.
So, yeah.
Awesome, man.
So,
awesome.
Thank you seriously for having me on the show. This is quite an honor. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here, man. We're going to have a good time doing this today.
Oh, yes, we will.
So, on the show today, I'm not going to lie, kind of came in here a little bit unprepared, but apparently Ed Jesse got it.
Oh, so, yeah,
baby. So I think we're going to be talking. I know we're going to talk some football. I do want to get Matt's opinions on a couple of off-season moves that's been made. I know Ed and I expressed our opinions on last week's episode, so definitely want to get Matt's opinion on those. March Madness started. We did a show already on that on Monday, and then I want to talk about some of the games that happened yesterday, actually, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. But before we do so, Matt, I want you to let the listeners out there know what your fanhood is looking like. So this is your time, my man. Go ahead and take a minute. Talk your fanhood.
Time to shine. All right. I'm an NFL fan, and you guys know it. I love my Indianapolis Colts. I was drawn to them when Peyton got drafted. My dad, who's a Bills fan, was like, "Hey, he's gonna be something special," and it kind of drew me to them. I can find a reason to root for just about every NFL team, which is, it's kind of cool that I'm unbiased in that sense. If the Colts suck, man, if they're having a bad year, a bad game, they suck, and I'll openly say it, and I'll make fun of them. Just people are like, "Oh, you're so hard on the Bills." I make fun of the Bills all the time, even though I kind of cover them. But it's I'm harsh on every team. I'll make jokes about the Raiders and the Bengals and the old Browns, not the new Browns. They're terrifying. As far as other sports go, like I said, NFL is my primary thing. Basketball, it's a little hard for me to follow. I think the idea of the super team has kind of, the idea concept has kind of made it maybe it's just me, almost unwatchable, hard to get into. The last 4 years it was Golden State and Cleveland in the championship. So, and you kind of seen it coming too. But this year there's a little bit of mystique around it, and I've actually been following it a little bit more because LeBron's not really benefiting the Lakers at all. Out in Los Angeles. So there is a little bit of openness to it, but tradition. Growing up in the '90s, huge Chicago Bulls fan, loved Michael Jordan. What kid didn't? But overall, I think as I've gotten older, loving Indianapolis, Indiana sports. I've kind of grew to the Pacers a little bit. I'm just kind of following them. I don't die hard, but I follow them enough. Baseball wise, grew up in a Yankees house. Been to a couple Yankees games, and they're a good time. It's a really good time out that way. NHL, another one that I don't follow all that well, but I mean, always been a Sabres guy. Got to support local in that respect. And I mean, those are the four major sports, really. I do follow a little bit of college wrestling. As being a wrestler in high school, I follow, whatever the bigger schools are, whatever's going on. Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan, just Cornell's a good one. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for my fandom. I get around. I get around.
Hey, respect, man. Respect. I like it.
What about soccer? You bastard.
I'm sorry. You know what? Whoever's doing really good that year, that's who I support.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, when it comes to soccer, I just watch the World Cup pretty much.
Yeah,
and I root for all the black teams, all the African teams. I'm not gonna lie.
It's something to identify with. White guys kicking the ball.
Facts.
Facts. I'm like that with soccer too. Or not soccer, basketball. Like I said, NBA is not my favorite sport because of the reasons I stated, but March Madness always brings an intriguing amount of time. It's college basketball, but March Madness is fun. Who doesn't love brackets?
Right.
Bracketology. What happens if this there's so many what ifs, and there's a lot of mystique that goes with that. So that's always a fun time. That's probably the most I pay attention to basketball.
Right.
At a college or professional level.
I feel
this
you
time of year.
Did you do a bracket?
No, I did not. I know. I'm the worst. I'm the worst person.
Yeah.
I just like to enjoy
are so
it.
intriguing and so interesting to do. Oh, did you do one? No, I ain't do one.
No. Following all right. I see how it is.
Yeah, speaking of brackets, man, my bracket is busted. I was perfect for a while, and then fucking Nevada lost. I picked the Syracuse or Baylor Syracuse game right, but
I got two wrong so far.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I thought I had the $1 billion bracket, but unfortunately not. But let's dive into it then. I wanted to talk about the tournament and NCAA. Ed, I want to come to you first. Did you watch any of the games yesterday?
No, I was at work.
Okay.
I got to catch a little bit of the Syracuse game, but I fell asleep.
Yeah. So the game that I was most intrigued with, not necessarily the game, but the player, was Ja Morant. Because I never really, I never really watched Murray State throughout the season, and following the draft boards and whatnot, he's literally ranked 1 through 5 or top 5 draft pick or something like that.
Yeah.
And yesterday was the first game I was able to watch him actually play from start to finish, and yeah, it's no joke. Ja Morant is the fucking truth, man.
Oh yeah, that boy is nasty. Did you see that 2-hand dunk over the center?
Hell yeah!
And he literally went over him.
Went deuces on the man.
I said, yo,
that's impressive. So, he got crazy bounce. His court vision is crazy. The man had a triple double last night. I don't have the exact stat line in my hand right now, but I believe it was 16 points, or 18 points, 15 assists and 10 rebounds or some shit like that. So, Ja Morant, man, the hype is real. I could see him being the number 2 overall pick next to Zion in this upcoming draft, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play in the second round coming up. So, yeah, that kid is the truth, man. So we got some upcoming games today, and your Dukies going to be playing today, right?
Hashtag go Duke Blue Devils.
Gonna blow it again.
No.
You want to take shots at me? I'm gonna take shots at you.
There you go. That's the fuck I'm talking about, Matt.
This team is too talented to lose to SDSU or some shit like that. We too nice. We got a weak ass bracket, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm expecting Duke to blow them the hell out. Is there any game today that catches your eye that intrigues you
outside of the Duke game?
Right.
No.
No?
Not really. I mean, I honestly, outside of the Duke game, I really didn't look too hard who was playing today? Wait, does Buffalo play there?
UB plays at 4.
UB plays at that. So that's where I was trying to get at.
Okay.
Men's at 4, women's at 4:30.
Yeah, the women's play Rutgers, and if they beat Rutgers,
that.
they'll probably play UConn in the second round, which they'll probably get obliterated. But shout out to UB women,
dude, making it is awesome in its own. It's hard.
It's good last year.
That is true. It's hard to make like this tournament, and there's so much, and it's hard to advance. There's so much, like I said, the upsets, man. It's a cool thing. Right.
And that's the best thing about the tournament is like, okay, picking the brackets, there's always an upset, and the thing is like, okay, trying to find that upset. And the typical knowledge is with the brackets is usually the 12-5, the 5-12 matchup.
Yes.
That's usually where the upsets happen the most.
Always. That's in every sport, not just basketball. That's in every sport.
Mm-hmm. So, yesterday, I don't think there was any 12-5 upsets.
Technically, Murray State was a 12.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Murray State. Yeah, Murray State was the only one yesterday. And then we got a couple coming up today. But yeah, the UB going against Arizona State, man. I want to get your thoughts on that one there.
A lot of people did pick Syracuse to win yesterday.
Yeah, they did. They were talking about that on the radio this morning on the way over here. Mm-hmm. Syracuse was not expecting it. But I think there's a cool dynamic with the UB with the coaches, which is fun. But I do think UB is the better basketball team. I've followed them enough, just enough this year to kind of get a grasp of how good of a team that they are. And of course, I wish them success. They're the local school,
right? But
I think they could. I think they can do this one. I think they can pull it off.
Yeah, they got some real talent.
Yeah, they really do. And UB is one of those teams where like they spread the floor and they got really good shooters all around. They don't have the size to inside, so I think if they go against a team that has like a dominant big man or that has the length and the size, then that could give us some trouble. But they can run with anybody and they can shoot with anybody. And then their defense, they play very tenacious defense as well. So UB is one of those teams that they're built for the tournament. Tournament teams, like what I try to look for when I'm picking my brackets is, okay, what team shoots the three good? And then what team is keeping their opponent's field goal percentage down,
right,
in terms of scoring. And UB is one of those teams where they shoot the ball really well. They play defense, very good defense, and they're built for a deep run. Now, Arizona State is no joke, and this is a tough game for me to select, man. Like I picked UB to advance, but as I look at it more and more, I would not be surprised that if Arizona State pulled it off and took them boys out today. Honestly, shaking your head over here. What's up?
Cause man, I don't trust you. You over here always hating on teams and stuff, man. Like, oh yeah, what was you talking about the other day? Oh yeah, Duke gonna lose and this team gonna lose. You know what? Nah. Stop being like that. Say hell yeah, Buffalo about to kick their ass. They ain't gonna do shit.
Oh,
Buffalo's the truth.
That's bias.
Yeah,
that's bias.
You damn straight.
Right.
You goddamn straight. No. I
mean,
don't like
did you really think that Atlanta was going to win the Super Bowl?
You goddamn straight. You goddamn straight.
That's bad bias.
Matt
right
coming
there.
in with the fire right
I love
now.
that. I love messing with that. We can go back and forth like this. And
until we lost to Cleveland, I knew we was going to win the Super Bowl. All right? It was that Cleveland loss. I was like, I don't think this is going to happen. Yo, that Cleveland loss. I was there, too.
Yeah, you told me.
I was so mad.
I'd be mad. Man. I mean, it's a good Browns team. Not to go off subject from March Madness, but
they made Baker look like a guy. I was highly upset.
He is Baker Mayfield, Matt Ryan.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Dude done played anything but 12 games.
Baker is the truth, though, man. Baker is definitely the truth.
He's real good.
I mean, I want to just talk football, man, because we kind of got off subject there.
We did. No, finish up March Madness. If there's anything else you want to do, dude,
I told you.
Take it away. He did. He did.
All right. So, So the UB game, obviously, I'm